Good day all and welcome back to my channel Art and Craft a Hobby. Today I'll be showing you how to quill some easy, simple and basic flowers for which we'll need the shaper board, different shades or colors of quilling strips, scissor, quilling needle, tweezers and glue. So let's begin. All the strips I'm using today are 3 mm width and 30 centimeter in length. So for the first flower I'll be using 5 strips, 1 yellow and 4 red strips. So I'm going to start quilling with yellow strip. I'm going to make a tight coil, yellow followed by red. The tight coil is now ready. So I'll be making a cup shape from this coil. The sides of the cup will be only by the red coil and the base of the cup will be formed by the yellow. So gently start pulling the red coil up. Ensure it doesn't uncoil. Make it as slowly as possible. Because we are using a 3 mm strip, do it as slowly as possible. Ensure that each ring in the side doesn't cross 1.5 mm because there are chances of the coil unwinding. So once done, I'll be gluing the inner side of the cup. When the glue is partially dried, I'll be shaping the coil. So to shape it, I'll hold the cup between my index and thumb finger from both hands and I'll gently press it to form a square shape. So once done, I'll just turn it a little. Now I'll hold the corners and again do the same process to form another square. So this gives me 8 folds. So now each fold I'm going to gently pinch so that I get an octagonal shape on the upper side of the cup. So do not use a tweezer to do this process because tweezer generally it tends to pull out the coil because the coil is not dried completely. So do it with your fingers as much as possible. So now I have an octagonal shape and I'll allow this to dry completely. The flower is almost ready once it's dried and I'm going to match it with the leaves I made in the previous series. For the second flower, I'll be using 4 strips, 3 red and 1 green strip. So I'm going to coil each of these strips and make an open coil by putting them in the 10 mm slot of the shaper board. Once all the strips are coiled and glued, I'll be making a teardrop shape of the red coils which will form a petal. So to make the teardrop, hold the coil between your thumb and index finger and on one end taper it. For the green coil, I'll make a depression on one end of the green coil and then I'll pinch the edges of that depression to get a sharp pointed, that is 2 sharp points. I'll make a teardrop shape of the other petals as well and I'll join them by gluing them adjacently as I'm showing here. While gluing, the pointed end of the teardrop will be downwards or inwards. Now I'll apply some glue to the green coil, the depression in the green coil, and the pointed end of the teardrop shape will have to be fixed inside the depression of the green coil. To make the stem, I'll take half strip of green and then make it 4-fold. I'll glue the folds together and I'll join the open end tip to the flower. So our second flower is ready. For the next flower, I am taking 3 strips of light pistachio green. The first strip I am going to cut it into 3 parts. Second strip I'll be cutting into 4 parts. And the third strip I'll be cutting it into 6 parts. So this gives us different lengths of strips. Now I'm going to coil this strips into scroll shape. Scroll shape is nothing but you coil from one end of the strip and you don't complete it till the other end. So I'm going to leave around 1 centimeter of the strip as it is. I'll follow the same for all the strips. Just shape it a little so that it is easy to glue, that is to shape the open end. I have all the strips coiled now. So I have half the flower ready here. In the same way, I'm going to glue these coils on the other side. I'll be gluing it starting from the small flowers till the end. Our quilled flower is now ready. For the next flower, I'll be using shades of purple. I have taken 3 purple strips here, which I'll be dividing into different sizes. One strip I've divided into 2 parts. The second one I'll divide into 3 parts, and the third one I'll divide into 4 parts. So once done, I'll be making a loose coil of all these strips. I'm not using any shaper board here. I'll just coil them and leave them to open up. So once done coiling with all the strips, I'm going to make a crescent shape of the coils. To make the crescent shape, hold the coil and press it on 2 ends gently. Now I'll be gluing these crescent shaped coils to a green color strip. So the green color strip, I have taken half strip and 4-folded it. So this is a lavender flower. You can make as lengthy flower as you need. Our lavender flower is now ready. For the next flower, I have taken 4 strips, 3 yellow and 1 green. I'm going to make an open coil of all these strips by putting them in the 10 mm slot of the shaper board. Our open coils are now ready. I'm going to shape all these coils into triangles, both the petals and the stalk. I'll now take a quarter strip of green and I'll glue it around the stalk to form the stem of the flower. I'll now glue the yellow coils adjacent. By gluing the upper part of the green coil, I'll now paste the 3 yellow coils with the pointed end facing down. The pointed end facing inwards, I'll glue it to the green coil and our flower is ready. For the next flower, I am taking half a strip of yellow and quarter strip of green. So I'll be coiling yellow followed by green. I'm making a tight coil. So once glued, I'll be shaping this coil into oval shape just by pressing the coil from both ends. So I have few more such small flowers which I'll be joining now by gluing it into a green strip. I'll join the next small flower adjacent to the one in the center. So I have 3 together now. I have some more similarly and I'll glue them all into a bunch. And our flower is ready. Next, I'll be making bell-shaped flowers for which I've chosen a shade of pink. I'll be making a tight coil of the pink strip and I'll glue the ends without removing the needle from the coil. Now hold the coil in the left hand and with the needle in the other hand, gently push the needle towards the coil or upwards so that it forms a bell shape. Hold the coil tightly in one hand while you are pushing the needle so that it doesn't unwind. Now gently pull out the needle and you have the bell shape. I'll be showing one more coil. So while doing this process, do not twist the needle. This may loosen the coils. So I'll be smearing glue to all these bells from the inner side so that it holds shape. To make the buds, I'm taking 1/3 of pink and 1/3 of green strips. I'll make a tight coil of pink followed by green. I'll glue the strip and I'll gently press them to get an oval shape. I'll now glue all the buds into a green strip to form the stem. I've taken a full strip of green, which I'll be later folding into 4 fold. So once done gluing the buds, I'll take the stem on a OHP sheet. I have folded the strip further into 4 fold. I'll now glue the bells. After gluing the bells, leave the stem aside for some time as it is going to take a little while to dry. Also add some more glue from top so that it holds firmly. Our pink wildflowers are now ready. For the next flower, I am taking 3 strips of blue and half a strip of yellow. I'll coil each of this strip into a tight coil. I'll press the blue coils to form oval shape. These are the petals of the flower. I'll now take these coils on a shaper board and I'll glue them. When the glue is yet to dry, I'll move these coils into the nearby slot. The coils should not completely sit in the slot. However, it should just get a support. I'll now glue the yellow coil on top of these 3 coils and gently press the yellow coil so that the flowers do not take a flat shape. Cute little blue flowers are now ready. Now I'll be making a flower out of peach and red colored strips. I'm going to cut the red strip into 2 parts. One is 3/4 and one part is 1/4. I've taken 2 strips of peach and I'm making a tight coil out of it. I will make 5 such tight coils. Each of the coil I'll slightly form a depression and then gently press to form a teardrop shape. So I'm going to do the same with all the 5 coils. With the quarter red strip, I have cut it into tiny bits. I have 6 tiny bits here which I'll be making open coils. So once done, I'll take the petals and I'll glue the 5 petals together. So out of the 3/4 red strip, I made a tight coil. Once I glue the peach colored petals, I'll gently move them onto a slot so that I can give a little shaping to the entire flower. I've now placed the red tight coil and I'll press it in center so that the petals are not flat. rather they have a slight slant position. I've now allowed this to dry, and I'll be pasting the small red swirls that we created. I'll glue these small red coils onto the red coil in the center, the big red coil in the center of the flower. So here is our flower. I have two variations of this flower, one with the depression in the petal and one with a flat petal. So the next flower, I have taken pink and red strips. The red strip, I'll be folding it to 4-fold, and I'll have 4 ends. I'll cut it in such a way that I have 4 ends. And of the pink strip, I'll be cutting it into different smaller sized strips like I've done for a few flowers earlier. With the red coil, I'll be making small curls on the top. Before that, I'll glue the 2 strips. I am making tight coils out of the pink strips. So each of this different sized strip is going to give different sized coils. Once done with the coil, I am going to make curls out of the open ends of the red strip. So this is going to be the stem of the flower. After coiling the upper ends of the red strip, I'll be joining the rest of the strip with help of some glue. I'll now paste the tight coils starting from the smallest coil on top. This is the 10th flower today, and all the flowers I have shown in today's video are simple, basic and easy to make. You can make variations with the color as per the need of your project, and you're going to love it definitely. Hope you liked today's video. If you did, please do hit the like button. Do share and subscribe to my channel, Art and Craft a Hobby. Thank you for watching and keep up the support.